What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. We are back, episode number 24 of another sports talk podcast, and we got the crew back together. We got
Yes, we
Anthony
do.
joining us, co-host Johnny. How you doing, Johnny?
Doing good, doing good. How about yourself? Both of you.
Fantastic. Anthony, welcome, sir. How are you?
Doing well. Appreciate the fellowship time with you boys. Always a good time to hop on here, talk sports and hobby related things.
Yeah. So, before we do go ahead and start the show, Anthony, I don't know if you want to say a few words of the news that you shared with me about, a person who had been on our collecting profit show.
Yeah, I think three times.
Three times, right? I think.
Yeah, I think three separate appearances.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry to make the announcement to the whole card community, but local legend here in Pittsburgh passed away this week. Mark Hipsley, who's the promoter of one of the promoters of the Pittsburgh show. He's one half of the Pittsburgh show, passed away suddenly. And you guys could just keep his wife and his son in prayers. That'd be awesome. We want to also, support the Pittsburgh show in any way, so if any of you guys are local and want to swing by and show them love at any of their upcoming shows, that'd be awesome as well.
Yeah, Mark was a great guest to have. Just really good, down to earth. You could tell by talking to him that he was in the hobby for all the right reasons. I think that's probably the best thing that we could say about him in the hobby is he was there for all the right reasons. He'll be missed, but you know what? His legacy will continue in that show, and it's all it'll keep going. It'll keep getting. It'll keep moving in Mark's memory, and hopefully those guys keep on kicking butt and having a bigger, having it getting bigger each and every, show getting bigger and bigger each time.
Yep.
So with that, Anthony, how was the draft, man? We haven't had a chance to talk about it. How was the draft?
It was so much fun, man. Like, I highly encourage anybody, like, if it comes to your town, to go to it. It's like most of everything there, unless you want to buy food or souvenirs or cards, like if you're a DGen like me, it's free. You know what I mean? Like all of the activities, like even like drinks and stuff, they had water stations. So like if you had a bottle or you just wanted to walk up and drink from it, you could, so like you wouldn't get dehydrated or whatnot. But it was really cool. They had two separate locations that were kind of spread out. One was on the Point, which is like one of the famous landmarks where there's like a big fountain and stuff. That's where they had the red carpet, where the players would get out of their like limos or fancy cars and like walk in and get like photographed. And then from there, they would go across the river to the actual stadium or whatnot. But they would have the actual thing set up to where people could actually walk on the red carpet and like, go right up to it, which was really cool. They had a Steeler Nation thing where everything was Steeler-fied. They had like an entire set of terrible towels make the Steeler logo, which was kind of cool. They had like all of the Super Bowl trophies there. The Steelers have won. A bunch of players were there doing autograph signings. They had something where you could go up on stage like you were getting drafted. You could like hold up the jersey and take pictures and stuff like that. Like all kinds of like just really cool interactive stuff. Like you could do like kicking field goals or like, 40-yard dash and stuff like that. So it was just like stuff to do everywhere. Topps had this gigantic store like right in the middle of the field of Heinz Field, or not Heinz Field, Acrisure now. And it was insane. They had so many cards in there. I saw tons of people there that like you would see from YouTube that are like big time card people that were all hanging out like around the Topps booth and stuff like that. Probably most notably, I saw Mojo over there rocking Aaron Rodgers jersey because I know he's a big Rodgers guy.
Oh yeah, big Rodgers guy.
Let me see what else. We actually watched most of the draft from the actual grass of the field. You could you could watch it from anywhere. Like they had places by the river where there were boats with the draft on the side of it, like with a big
Oh,
screen.
wow.
They had it outside the stadium. They had it down at Point Park. But we did it I wanted to do it on the grass. We were like right outside the end zone, probably on like the 10-yard line, just like laying there, like watching it up on the Jumbotron. It was really cool. So it was just like a unique experience. Like we're like right where the Steelers like do all their business and just watching like history happen. One of the crazy parts, I'll tell you, like so right after Philly trades up and takes Lemon away from the Steelers, we draft Max Ihenahor, or whatever the heck his name is. I can't pronounce it, but the minute he gets drafted, I don't know what they showed on actual TV, but in the stadium, all they show is like a zoom up close up of all of the people around him, and all you see is his boy's straight saggy butt crack, just straight in the frame for like a solid 2 seconds. And they're like, the Steelers draft pick is, and then all you see is butt crack. It was amazing. I'm pretty sure I probably got it in one of the vlogs. But it was really cool. Like I thought it was going to be wild getting there and getting home. We went down early, so it only took us like the normal 20 minutes or so to get there, and then we left after the final pick. So that way, because a lot of people cleared out after the Steelers picked. So we just waited till the end of round 1, and then we rolled out. And by the time we got to our car, most of the traffic was gone. It took us like 15 minutes to get home. It was wild. So nothing crazy, but it was like $80 to park. It was pretty expensive.
Good thing everything else was free.
Exactly.
So I got to ask, how do you feel your Steelers did in the draft?
You know what? I'm happy with what they did. I was bummed when we missed Lemon, but then I was like, well, we need a tackle because Broderick Jones has a neck injury and he might not play this season or like at all. So we definitely need somebody to fill that hole. But then we ended up with Jeremy Bernard in the second round. So I was pretty happy with that. We ended up with the receiver anyway.
What is the what was the thing with the Renegade song?
Oh, dude, it's a famous thing they do. Towards the beginning of the fourth quarter, when the Steelers are on defense, they play the song Renegade. And they have all kinds of like highlights of the Steelers defense getting sacks, turnovers, and crazy stuff. And it gets the Steelers all like pumped up. Like it's like their hype song, like for their to close a game out.
Dom and Chuck, thanks for being here, fellas. Thank you. Well, Muscles Marinara, as grumpy old Grandma Dom says.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounded. So did you only go for round 1?
Yeah, we only went for round 1. We watched round 2 from home.
Well,
Guy we got,
you can only do 1 round.
The one guy we got was like hilariously awesome. He's like a ginger dude that has like a mullet and like crazy mustache. He's like a guard. I'm trying to think his name's Dunker Jennings, something like that. Then we ended up getting Drew Aller, the quarterback out of Penn State, in the 3rd round. So I was happy about that because I'm a Penn State fan.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was. I'm not surprised. Well, I mean, I'm surprised that Aller went in the 3rd round because of his injury.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised he went in the 3rd round because of his potential.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, big man, big arm, can make all the throws and everything. So a good pick there, and everything. Yeah, as far as football goes, not a lot else going on. I know the Jets brought in your old guy. The Jets brought in Russell Wilson. Talk about QB2, and supposedly they made him an offer, but he's also talking, to be QB2
behind Gino.
But he's behind Gino, but he's also talking to CBS Sports about maybe doing TV. So
he'd probably make more money there.
Yeah, and probably take less hits.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he won't take any hits because he'll be the backup unless Gino I mean, he'll turn into that, that hold the clipboard type of guy and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I
I
wonder
don't
if
care
Russ
either way,
would
to be
be
honest with you.
willing to be a backup.
He doesn't give me that rub that he's willing to be a backup.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just something in his personality that just doesn't make me believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Yeah,
like
I don't get that feeling either.
do you like what Pittsburgh did with Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, they basically tried handcuffing him to come back.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you either come here or you can retire, dude. There's a bunch of teams that are like, I saw one guy from the Cardinals like sent out something on social media saying, "Hey man, you need to come here," and it was like Aaron Rodgers in a Cardinal jersey.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I would kind of be a little surprised if he didn't go back to Pittsburgh. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. He just gives me the type of feeling that, he wants to go ahead and he wants to retire, but I think he doesn't like I don't know, like he wants to like say something, not just go out quietly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see him just going ahead like just do this whole free agency thing and not say a word, and then just send an email to the NFL office. I'm retired. Like he just I just don't get that feeling with him. That he would want to go ahead and and say something.
What's up, Dusty?
What's up, Dusty? Yeah, I agree. I mean, because they put that tag on him, I can't. I mean, to me, I can't see him. Excuse me, going anyplace else.
I would agree. He's probably Pittsburgh or done. I mean, honestly, like he's in a way better position this year than he would have been just like with the draft we've had, plus the additions that we've brought in. So I think Dowdle's just as good as Gainwell, so that's kind of a wash there.
Mm-hmm.
You figure you've upgraded receiver tremendously. You brought in Michael Pittman, and now you got Jeremy Bernard through the draft as well. So that right there gives you 3 decent receivers that you can work around. The tight end room is productive. They just need to get Freiermuth the ball more. So I mean, he has a lot to work with. They brought in tons of help on the offensive line too.
Yeah, and didn't they? Was Pittman the only wide receiver they brought in?
They drafted Jeremy Bernard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hey, to each their own. I mean, you hope he would go ahead and, I think the big thing, no matter what, is okay, Aaron. Let's go ahead and make a decision as what you're doing.
Yeah.
From that standpoint, and the Jets went through that same type of thing. Of everything. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. Again, not really a whole bunch of news coming out of the NFL.
No.
I wish I knew you fellas was you and your freaking football for crying
We
out loud.
offered you and Chuck to come on the show and teach us about rugby. You haven't done it yet.
That's right. That's right. And you won't even send your representative Batman in the tutu. So you know what?
Yeah, where is
Zip it.
Batman in the tutu? I'd like to
Zip
see
it, son. Zip it.
Right.
Joker and the Joker.
Well, do you really want us to talk about the Mets, Dom? I mean, we could.
So, yeah. Oh gosh. We know you're not Batman, but Batman showed up on your channel in a pink tutu. You can faux rugby soon.
I can see that as well. Aaron basically he'd be the type to want to do like a farewell tour. You know what I mean? Like have everybody like, oh, well, he only has 4 games left. Now he has 3 games left. Now he has 2.
Be the John Cena
countdown. Like,
right. That's what I'm saying is that he doesn't appear to be the kind that would just bow down, like just bow out. All right, guys, I'm just gonna slowly fade into the sunset. I just don't see
Like
that.
he should, but
Yeah. Yep. So what do you think about the news coming out of Detroit that Mr. Schoolboy, who pending free agency, has got to have a third elbow surgery?
I saw that. I think that's going to kind of lessen how much money he gets.
I mean, Detroit offered like 10 years, I think it was, at $250 million, and their I guess counter offer was 10 years, 500 million or 400 million. And now, what's going to happen? I mean, you're talking, you have your third surgery. Who the hell is going to offer you?
Now you're worth about 150 million, if that.
But not even that. I mean, who's going to offer you that many years?
True.
Especially
that type of body injury.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a pretty crucial part of the body for, that position.
Yep.
The Mets are always looking.
They probably will.
I would be.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's sad, but they just might. I don't know. I don't know. Trying to figure out what that GM is doing there. It somewhat is mind-boggling and confusing at the exact same time. Just
you guys haven't fired your skipper yet, have you?
No, and everybody's wondering what the hell are we doing? It's like what more does this dude have to do? Like what in reality, what in the hell has to happen?
I think it's Boston cleaned house, Philly basically cleaned house.
Yeah.
I'm happy how we're doing right now if we can keep it up.
Is Griffin Connor big thing in Pittsburgh, Anthony?
Around the card shows he is, but I mean right now, like literally everybody is still Skeens of mania. Like,
really? Yeah, well, it makes sense.
Like Skeens. Anytime you talk about the Pirates, it's Skeens. But yeah, I mean, 100%. Like around the card show, there's a bunch of guys going after Connor Griffin now. But yeah, I mean, we're excited about it too. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, anytime we get a young guy that like, gets to come and be a part of what we're doing, it's always exciting because
who's that other young pitcher?
And he signed the deal, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, the pitcher Chandler, and then a lot of people.
We're excited about Chandler too.
Yeah, and then this last draft, there are a lot of people who love the what's his name? I don't know if his first name is up. I think his last name is Hernandez. A pitcher that they drafted. A lot of people are super high on him too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they typically draft like decent players, or they get decent prospects whenever they trade away all their like decent players. So they typically have a decent stream of young players coming up. It's nice though whenever they hit good, like a Skeens player, like because we don't have like that in Pittsburgh often when it comes to baseball, at least.
Do you think O'Neal Cruz will do the 50-50? There's all talk about him doing the 50-50 club this year.
I hope so. He's been coming along. Like his development's been a lot better than it was in previous years. So I feel like he was getting stagnant there for a little bit, but then he's like really started to like catch on, I think, a little bit more.
I mean, his defense needs to pick up a bit, but I mean,
I think the thing that's weird with him is like it's almost like he was playing out of position for a long time because of how large he is.
Yeah.
It's hard to go ahead and be, what is he, like 6'3", 6'4"?
I think he's bigger than that.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I think he might be 6'5", 6'6", maybe. Is that Larkin?
That's got to be hard to play shortstop at that height.
You don't have to jump very much. If you just put your hand up, you should catch a lot of them.
6'7", man.
Yeah, dude. Like if you see him walking next to the other players, it's like noticeable. Like he looks like a basketball player.
I don't know about that one, Dommy. I don't know about that one.
I mean, there is a lot of baseball left. I will say that. That's why I don't get my hopes up with my team being in basically tied for second place. I don't see. the team from Georgia is really kicking butt.
Well, they just lost. What's his name? Acuna.
Again?
Yep.
What do you have this time?
Let me see. Grade 1 strain of the hamstring. Another friggin' leg injury.
Dear God.
O'Neal Cruz is the one. They had to move to first and get
Neither.
over. That really is a, with him being 6'7", you would think that if that's a guy that can learn to play first base, man, that's a guy that can save a bunch of runs.
Oh yeah.
And to the point, even what's his name, De La Cruz.
Hell yeah.
O'Neal's
he's
popular here, too.
6'6". He's another big tall shortstop. O'Neal's he is not a very good outfielder. Not very good.
No. I think he's sort of playing out of position. I think that might be why.
That could be. I did find out, Mike, that going as far as the hobby goes, Mike was able to get 2 hobby boxes and 10 blasters.
Nice.
Yeah, so man, Topps Chrome Platinum goes live at 12 o'clock.
It's gone.
Pre-order, and like 2 minutes after 12, gone. Everything. Cases, value box, and hobby.
Do you ever watch Western New York Cards?
No.
He's on. I have him on Facebook. He said they ended up messing up because normally it's your minimum 2 cases and you can get 10 hobby boxes. They flipped it. We're allowing 10 cases and only 2 hobby boxes.
Oh.
So they it went so quick. And then people are paying close to $300 a box on eBay for them.
I know.
For blasters.
I know they had blasters that was 20. I didn't even look at the number of cases. I wanted to get a hobby box for Mike and I wanted a couple of blasters because, like I said, that's probably,
one of the few nicer sets out there.
My favorite Topps, thing. So I'll have to see. I don't know if my LCS will have them here before I move, so I don't have to try and find a new LCS.
Mine will get them probably the day before June 4th, since June 5th is the release date. I'm hoping he doesn't overcharge like $200 a box. I won't get them then, but he has it for like $150. I'll get a box, and if you want one, I can get you one and ship it to you.
At $150, it's still good when you figure pre-sale was $140.
Yeah.
But these people on eBay, my goodness gracious.
I couldn't believe the prices.
$250 for a hobby box?
Basically double the price.
Yeah.
And I went to the sold section, and there's a ton of them sold at $260, $280. I was like, holy crap. So I got to ask Anthony, did you grab any of the Topps Chrome football?
I did, yeah. I picked up a blaster from the stadium. I ended up hitting it was one of the retro rookie refractors of Jackson Dart.
Nice. Did they charge just regular price for them, the $40?
Yeah.
You weren't here.
It was there for 20.
You weren't here for it when they originally came out. I looked on Best Buy. Best Buy had the hangers at, I believe it was $100, and the blasters were $120, $130.
Wow.
This is Best Buy. It's like, what are you guys doing? Are you just trying to rip us off as well? No, you didn't pay that for them.
The wild thing is, at that price, you're not even going to break even if you hit a Jackson Dart refractor.
No.
Yeah.
And they're not putting the crazy stuff in retail. Like, if you get real lucky, you're going to hit an auto. But beyond that, it's basically like your ceiling's a numbered card.
Yeah, I was looking to get just a hanger, maybe pull the MVP card just to get my money back.
Yeah, for sure.
But
it's so fun now that like a base Matt Stafford is worth money. Like, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the commercial of his aunt taking in all her Matt Stafford cards and trading them in for a Topps Chrome rookie card of him?
Oh no,
Then
really?
he walks in and busts her, like selling off all of his stuff. It was kind of cool. Saw like a short of it or something on Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be surprised. You know, not that I not that I expected platinum to last, you know, very long.
think at least
I never expected it to be gone in like 2-3 minutes.
I got on there at 10 or 12 and sat there. And when it hit 12 o'clock, it said it was live. As soon as I clicked on it, sold out for all of it. I'm like, Blasters even? Really? Did you guys not make that much of it this year? Which
unless there was a crap ton of people putting 20 maximum.
Yeah, because Blasters were 20. Yep.
Hey, you have a good night too, brother.
Good night, Dusty.
Have a good one, Dusty.
Yeah, I was just surprised. I was surprised that it went that fast. Like I can understand cases, I can understand hobby boxes, but man, blasters, I guess, you know, I don't understand. I mean, you know,
what percentage of that sale do you think were done by bots?
It would have to be a lot,
Anthony.
It would have to be a lot because it was too damn fast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
literally I looked at my watch and it was like 11:59. We were up at the lake. I sat down in front of my computer. It went. I hit top site. I looked down. It was 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
It still showed red. I hit hobby. Boom. I continue shopping. I hit blasters. Boom. Hit my cart to go ahead and look and adjust because I wanted to adjust blasters, you know, to get a couple of them. When I did that, all of a sudden, another box came up. Woo. One item is sold out that is in your cart. And with the hobby boxes, I was like, all right, great. All right, who cares? I'll get a couple of blasters. Went to cart, and I look, and the total is 0. And I look where the blasters are, and the quantity is 0, out of stock.
I think for hobby boxes, if they actually did mess up and allow people buying 10 cases, that's where most of that went.
Do you think currently Topps is having any stuff come out that they're not having that happen with, like as far as like major sports like baseball, football, basketball? Because like right now, everything I'm seeing is just flying. Like Topps Chrome, like I'm a big football head. Topps Chrome football has been freaking wild hot.
Yeah. No,
I think like Series 2 is, I think, next. The 11th, I think, is the pre-order for that. That's probably one that might not have as much going out because there's not much in it. So I don't know who the rookies are going to be, but they're probably not going to be high-end guys. So I think that one maybe not, but everything else I think will be.
There's another piece of news to talk about in terms of like Topps and cards. Did you boys happen to see that Fanatics is suing Leaf? Or actually not Fanatics, the NFL, I think, Players Association is suing Leaf over the likenesses of like the NFL players on their cards.
I heard something about it, but didn't read up on it.
Yeah, so I guess apparently they're trying to, get like any major companies like NFL or MLB or NBA to like ban unlicensed cards of anyone like that plays for them or whatnot, or that's a part of their association or whatnot. Because I know Leaf is getting around all of the Players Association stuff by just saying, oh, we have a separate deal with the player itself. You know what I mean? And they just do an autograph, and that's why they put them in like a, photoshopped jersey or just different clothing or whatnot. But they're basically saying we don't want you to use their image at all. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
Yeah.
That'll kill Panini too, because right now Panini just lost all those licenses. They were probably planning to go the Leaf route. And Fanatics is like, yeah, you want to next? Even though I guess it wasn't Fanatics, it was the Players Association, but I'm pretty sure Fanatics probably nudged them. Hoops is a Panini brand.
Yeah, Hoops is, but unless somehow they got to use the name, that would be very interesting if they, if it was on Topps and everything. But I don't know. I mean, it's you take
Do you think Panini regrets not selling to Fanatics? Like, what was it, like 5 years ago, or like right after the pandemic or whatnot, where all this was like, oh, Fanatics is going to get all these license in like the next 3-4 years or whatever. Do you think they regret not just selling back then when they had the opportunity to sell for a bunch of money?
I think they might a little bit, but I mean, they're just gonna. We want to try our best to try to hold on, and they're just not going to.
No, that's interesting.
Okay, cool.
And then now you got, what is it? GameStop trying to buy eBay. I think it is.
Yeah, I heard that. It's strange because they're a much smaller company, like monetarily, but somehow they have the money to buy the much larger company monetarily.
Well, he is, from what I heard, like on Monday night with John's podcast, he read into it. It's basically the owner, the CEO of GameStop, that is buying up a lot of shares, and he's doing all sorts of backdoor stuff to try to get the money together to I don't see it happening, but because GameStop's what, 12 billion and eBay's 46 billion, it's like,
yeah,
how do you do that? I don't know.
From what I understand, it's all collectible inspired too, just because of how much extra revenue. Because GameStop was a dying brand for a long time, and then they started getting into cards and collectibles and stuff like that, and they're extremely profitable. Like the partnership they have with PSA, the Power Pack blind pack thing that they're doing, where they're basically buying up a bunch of PSA cards that I guess I don't know if PSA is buying the cards or who's buying the cards, but it's in partnership with them, and I guess they're selling them out of GameStops.
Makes they realize that game systems really aren't the way anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of the stores have, if you go to Indom, there's a lot of the Funko Pops on the walls, and stuff like that.
But all that stuff is right up eBay aisle, right? That's right up eBay. I mean, everything that you could buy at GameStop and more. I mean,
honestly, I would go to eBay before I'd go to GameStop for most things. You know what I mean? Just because it's most of the time cheaper, unless they're running some kind of special.
$11,250.
Nice.
Fanatics there was talk that Fanatics had some case hits from Topps Chrome Football, like on their website day of release.
I heard that too. Like the mangas and the with the Bo Jackson retro football looking ones.
Yeah, on the day of the release,
or whatever. Yeah.
That's
crazy.
I don't know. I mean,
were they at least special, or were they like the same ones you get out of the packs? Like, it'd be cool if it was like, oh, you can only get the Bo Jackson one from the website. It's kind of like a Topps Now type thing, where there's like only like say 99, and the first 99 people to click it get it. Like that would be kind of cool, because then it'd be like kind of like special.
And, there's only 99 others out there. There's not, God only knows how many.
Yeah, no, from what I heard, it was not. It was whatever you could go ahead and pull out of a, out of a pack, out of a box.
Why go buy the pack when you just buy the card and get it over with? That's what I do. Be like,
No. It was just a matter that the day of release day, there are case hits posted on Fanatics for sale.
Well, so it's not Fanatics that has, it's people that they're posting for, maybe.
I guess so. I guess their website is, I mean, who the hell knows? I mean,
it'd be interesting to know if that was posted before the official release or not. Like, were these cards ever in packs?
Right, and I think that's what people
seen them pulled by anybody.
Right, I think that's what people are talking about, because those are the kind of cards you would expect to show up in the backyard.
100%.
From that standpoint and everything. I don't know. I mean, we've spoke about it a lot and everything, and I still don't understand. I think the problem we have is don't really understand, other than trying to 10x the hobby. Don't understand how Fanatics is trying to make it better.
They haven't. Besides, they're up in the box prices and taking stuff
more expensive. They've 10x the price.
10x the price and taking away shit. I'll be right back.
Which I don't understand. I mean, to me, it It doesn't make sense, especially now with doing, the jerseys the way they do them. I mean, you have so many players in every league that the truth is there's no reason why every single type of product there couldn't be some kind of a hit in every single box.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I mean,
Even
you
if
say
it's a numbered card, even if it's
right,
an auto, like give me a jabroni auto. Like it at
right.
least feels like I'm getting something.
Between that and the friggin' little, I mean, take I don't know. No, look, take LeBron.
Yeah.
Take one of his jerseys. How big that son of a gun is.
Yeah.
How many cards can you get out of that one jersey? Because what do? They do what, a inch and a half by an inch and a half square?
Yeah. You probably get hundreds.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't I don't understand it. I mean, you would
And honestly, with them not even using game, well, I guess Topps is trying to get more into at least player worn, from what I understand. I was gonna say, if it's Panini, you could literally just cut this shirt up and put it in there.
right.
You could say
It's Jason Tatum. It's green. It's Jason Tatum.
Correct.
But it's one of those. I don't know. I just, you look at what's going on and everything, and if they're able to have the MLB or the NFL or NBA, hell, it could be WWE. If they're able to get those associations to sue a Leaf, to sue a Panini, saying, "Hey, you can't use," I mean, wow. I mean, I get, the only thing you're talking about then from a Panini product would be their draft pick stuff when the players are still in college or in the minor leagues.
The USA stuff.
The USA baseball stuff, again, those young kids. But
they still have like Bobby Witt and that.
Yeah, I don't understand how they're able to get those guys. But I don't know. I just don't. I don't understand what they are going to, what they're going to try and do and everything. And everybody, the simple answer, well, the most common answer is as well. If we, the people in the hobby, stop going ahead and buying blah blah blah, yeah, okay. And why don't we just everybody hold their breath, because you'd have a better chance at everybody holding their breath before you would people stop buying cards. So like again. Topps Chrome Platinum, not a super high-end product for anything, but pre-order sold out in minutes.
I think that has to do with also as long as it took to get it. It was promised last year, then it was held off, and I think that's also helped with that, to sell that as quick as it did. But in order to get everybody to boycott, you'd have to get everybody to stop buying.
And it's not going to happen.
You say you get 100,000 people. That doesn't affect Fanatics at all.
No. It might send a message, though. Like, what do you guys think of what Boston Card Hunter's doing right now with the No PSA May campaign that he's doing?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I don't.
Do you think that that'll actually do anything to PSA's numbers? Because their gem counts are like insane right now. But I mean, it would be interesting because he's trying to fight against the upcharge or whatever. I think so. Would be interesting to see if that test in the industry does anything to, maybe people are like, oh, well, PSA is getting rid of an upcharge now. Maybe if we boycott buying wax for a month, what happens then?
It would be interesting to see. I mean, depending on how many people he can get to boycott PSA. Right now, I don't think it would affect them because they're so backlogged with stuff.
For sure. I mean, honestly, if anything, it'll help them catch up. Probably.
Yeah, right. Like, go ahead and boycott us. We can catch up now.
Correct.
But yeah, it's
I don't know. I mean,
they got caught up and then do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The only thing that is going to really ever affect PSA is if some of these other companies' values get up near PSA values.
Yeah.
That's the only way. Because if I know that I have, card X in a PSA 10, it's $500, or in a Beckett or an SGC or a CGC or a Tag or whatever other one, that card is a $500 card also. That's the only way, because then people are going to go, well, hell, I'd rather go with this company because I don't get paid an upcharge because I'm luckily enough to have a really good card here that I'm sending in.
Yeah,
You know, so
crazy? And sometimes the upcharge, like if you're a kid and you pull like a 1-of-1, you can't even afford to grade the thing. Like it's wild.
Yeah. And I agree, Don, they do hold most of the grading market, so
yeah, I mean, you got to figure between PSA. I mean, you know, collectors, right? That's what their parent company, I guess, is called, collectors.
Yeah, correct.
So between PSA, SGC, and Beckett, I think they have what, 80%?
Something like that. They have a large market share.
I mean, that's
although
crazy.
I do believe that SGC has dwindled like a ton, and like Beckett, it's still going reasonably strong, especially with cards, but not anything near what it was before the announcement. Because I think a lot of people are worried about like what happens to my cards in those cases now. You know what I mean? Like, say the SGC goes away 20 years from now, the people that start collecting aren't going to remember the cool tuxedo slab. They're just going to be like, "What's this thing?" You know what I mean? Like, that's the sad part about it. But to your point with the 10s and stuff like that, like a 10 being a 10 being a 10, regardless of where it's at, I think hobby people are kind of programmed to like be like, well, that's the good one. Like, because even going back to when I was a kid, like that was like the beginning of there being multiple sets, you know, in the 80s and the 90s. And then to be like, oh, if you're looking for Ken Griffey Jr., you need the upper deck card. That's the good one. Or if you're looking for Barry Sanders, you need the score. That's the good one. You know what I mean? So like we even though there's like a perfectly good Tops, and Tops is probably a better brand than Score ultimately. Right. You know what I mean? But we associate one being superior over the other. Like even in today's world, like is Prism, like pre-Tops Chrome come back out, Prism was like what everybody wanted, the Prism rookie card. You know, the average person that can't afford the national treasures, I'm saying. Everybody would elect at least a Prism rookie of something, you know what I mean? Yeah. So and now like everybody wants the Tops Chrome or the Refractor or X, Y, and Z. I think somehow like the hobby's always programmed to put like this is like the predominant brand. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you guys have felt that way, but you know, I just have kind of always seen like brand dominance within the hobby in that way.
Wow. That's a lot. This day. That's a big change. I mean, I'm surprised Pete hasn't surfaced anywhere. At least not that I've heard. Yeah, you're right about. I mean, Lachlan, you're right about PSA, and that's what the problem is. The problem is that for whatever reason, you know, PSA is the gold standard. Whether you like it, whether you're not, whether it's true, whether it's false, it really doesn't matter, because people look at a PSA 10, a Beckett 10, a SGC 10, a CGC 10. And automatic, if you put the same card in those same 4 holders, and you put them in front of somebody, and they say you could have any one of these for free,
they're taking the PSA.
10 out of 10 are going to take the PSA.
I just wish they would never came up with the whole grading thing, but it is what it is.
No, I go ahead, and I mean, I don't know, like, you know. Did it start with cards and then go to other stuff, or
no? It actually started with coins, believe it or not.
Yeah,
and actually, before collectible wise, it started with coins, but even before that, it started with meat. Yeah, they were actually grading like this is grade A, this is B, this is D, and this is Taco Bell.
It was the coins and the paper money and all that kind of stuff, and then it I think went to comics and then the cards, but.
Yeah, like I said, I just, you know, I you know, and whatever. I mean, you know, PSA came out, they established themselves, you know, they established themselves. I mean, you think about it, even from a standpoint of, you know, if you go into a restaurant, if you're if you're a Coke drinker, you say, hey, you have Coke? No, I have Pepsi. And you go, forget it, I'm not going to do it. Right? It's like that's the way like grading it. Oh, you have that card. I see you have it in SGC. Do you have it in PSA? No. Okay, thanks.
Not only that, certain people literally want to have their collection all match up.
Right.
Like if I have all my 86 Fleer cards, not that I have them all, but if I had them all, like wouldn't it be really nice if they all lined up in red PSA labels? You know what I mean? So I could see a lot of people wanting something like that.
Yeah, they do.
Right. It
for
does.
me-
I mean, you're 100%. You're 100% correct, Dom. I mean, people look at it two different ways. To your point, there are people who slab to protect because they think that's going to be more than a top loader, right?
Mhm.
Or a one touch, which makes sense that if you feel that way, that they don't care about the grade, they want the card protected because that's what it is. And there are others who, like you said, and that like that, a person who doesn't care and is looking for their card, they're buying the card. They're not buying the slab. The investor is buying the slab, not
Mhm.
buying the card.
Correct.
Right.
That's 100% right.
All I'm gonna say is that it all burns in a fire. So,
True. Very true.
and I doubt that PSA slabs are watertight. So,
Yeah, and
They're not. You can crack them with your hands. Genuinely.
exactly.
So
I agree
who
with
knows?
you guys. There is the side that where I'm at, and then the side like Dom is. I'm not saying that tuxedo slabs don't look good. They do. So I mean, but at the same time, I like them. I like them when they're just the raw card. You put it in a top loader or a one touch if you have it, and boom. So
Yeah,
I'm a
I don't
slab
disagree.
though. I just like the way a slab looks. Like for me, if it's a PC card, I slab it just so I can hang it on the wall or whichever way string card goes. You know what I mean? Like it's becoming like an addiction now. It's like, oh, I love this card. Let's hang it on the wall so I can come stare at it at night. Literally just sit in my recliner, rocking back and forth, drooling over my collection. It's like the best thing.
Right, but when you look at that, you're looking at the card. You're not looking at the slab.
Yeah, correct. I don't care what the grade is.
Right. See
I have
that's
several
what I'm
sixes
saying.
up there. I could care less.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying is that that's where the difference is. The collector cares about the card. The slab means nothing. But the investor's never going to buy, or very rarely are they going to buy SGC, Beckett, Tag.
Mhm.
I don't, whatever some of these other ones you hear popping out of nowhere coming. They're not going to buy that because they're going to look and they're going to go, man, I'm going to make a lot more money if I go ahead and buy that as a PSA 10.
Mhm.
oh yeah, I agree.
And then you have the people now, we look at it, raw cards. You look on eBay, you might see a raw, you'll see a raw card, let's say $100. You'll
Mhm.
see a PSA 9 that'll be like 75.
Correct.
The raw cards are selling more than a PSA 9 now.
Right.
It makes it really hard. You have to gem or else you're losing money most of the time.
Yeah. And
Wow.
you don't know what you're going to get.
And then if you get hit with a big upcharge, maybe you lose money anyway.
Yeah. So I gotta ask you guys. This is probably a futile question. Do either of you guys have any 1990 Emmitt Smith rookie cards that
I do.
don't
Yeah.
be graded?
I have one by CGC on my wall right now.
So I'm looking for ones that my buddy at my LCS is looking for them. I'm like, I used to have some, but I ended up getting rid of 90% of my cards a while back. He's doing something with them, I guess, for his show, but
I'm not saying I don't. All I'm saying is all mine are packed away. So even if I have them, I don't honestly remember.
The one on the wall is PC, but I might have another one that's raw in my Zion case I can look for. So I have a bunch of like 80s and 90s rookies and stuff. That's like my bag. I love collecting guys I was collecting as a kid.
I know I have the Emmitt Smith Wheaties card.
Those Wheatie cards was awesome, man. I used to have the cereal
I
cards.
know I have one or two of those. Again, where? I don't know.
So I gotta ask. I know it's off subject. Do you have a set moving date yet, or no?
June 9th.
Michael.
Looks like it's going to be June 9th.
June 9th? Okay.
Good stuff, man.
But what do we got coming up this Saturday, Mike?
Oh, I don't know.
There you go. Good old backlash. Gotta talk about it.
You know, the way I look at it, the way I look at this, 5 matches. There's 3 good ones, 1 meh, and then you have this comedy show.
Yeah.
This actually might be the best match of the night, honestly.
Because even though Danhausen is a good wrestler, like he can go in the ring. He's pretty good. But this is it's gonna be a friggin' comedy thing. I was thinking about it. A mystery partner, the thing that hit me with all the moves that were made. Hopefully, Anthony will go ahead and come back. With the New Day going ahead and basically a combination of. It sounds as though it is more of a mutual parting of the ways. If they said, "Hey, we want you to take decent-sized pay cuts," and they said, "Stick it up your ass."
I read that Tony Khan, is it? Is he the one for WWE?
Nick
Khan wants most of the wrestlers to take a 50% pay cut per TKO.
Yeah.
You know how many of them are going to just say, screw you?
Yeah. So I'm wondering, New Day leaving, if Grayson Waller is still there, does Grayson Waller, because he was cursed, feels as though he goes there and he can get uncursed by being Danhausen's mystery partner?
That is a possibility. They're a Raw thing, right?
Yeah, because I cannot figure out anyone, because you don't see him. The only one he talks about and that type of thing is CM Punk, and there is I would be shocked if CM Punk was his mystery partner, because you think about it, you don't really see him with anybody backstage.
What would really make me laugh is if he got Oba as his partner.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Come walking out with Oba.
And he would do the walk. But again, I mean, this there is no need for this. Only one women's match on this card. That's actually disgusting. Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They are super close friends behind the scenes. That's the only one. But I mean, other than that, so Anthony, I mean, I know, I don't know how much you've paid attention, not paid attention. What do you think about the New Day parting ways with WWE?
Yeah, that's a big one, man. It'll be interesting to see what happens there and kind of how they recreate themselves or whatnot. But yeah, it's huge. Like, I haven't been following as closely since Mania ended and stuff, but yeah, that's definitely a big one.
Yeah, but and then they also announced JC Mateo and Tonga Loa have been released, and now there's some talk that
I feel
maybe in a weird type of way, did that have to do with a little stab at Roman, because they want Roman to go ahead and take a nice sized pay cut?
Yeah, I mean, that could be.
I feel like after doing much.
I was gonna say, I feel like after WrestleMania every year they kind of have like a release season where there's like a big slew of guys that always get kind of cut, fired, let go, or whatever, like all at the same time. I don't know if it's a legit thing, but it almost seems like every year after WrestleMania, there's always some form of like big changes going down.
There is about a week after usually.
Yeah. Well, they took out the entire Wyatt Six crew.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, all gone.
It's all that.
Well, there's one of them. Oh, he was a tag team partner. I can't think of his name. The one,
Gacy or Loomis?
I think Loomis and his partner, where they used to be tag team. I don't know who he tagged with, but they were champions at one point, I guess. And there's talk about them possibly coming back.
The Wyatt Six would have been Joe Gacy.
Maybe it was those two guys.
Yeah, I don't know. But for me, for this match, I'm not gonna lie, don't really care. And here's the thing: 5 matches. Aren't the first 2 again on like ESPN or something like that?
I don't think the first 2. I think only one of them is. I think this time.
Okay, I thought there were some people saying
that's what they said.
There were some people saying, "Why am I going to pay $30 to watch 3 matches when there are 2 that are going to be on regular TV?"
Yeah, I think it's just one this time. I could be wrong.
You're not wrong, Dom.
Is it the first 2, Chuck? I thought they only had 1, but yeah, it's.
Yeah, so the first 2 matches are going to be on free TV. So how do you convince somebody now to pay $30 to watch, to basically, have to switch channels and for 3 matches? If this is what you're going to do every time, if the first 2 matches are always going to be on an ESPN or an ESPN2, why the hell? I mean, people are going to be like, the hell with it.
Well, unless they think it'll draw more people in that wouldn't normally buy, because they're getting a chance to partake of the beginning of the show. They might be like, oh crap, I want to find out what happens. You know what I mean? Or I really want to see this match.
I think Mania was fully on the unlimited, but because they showed, I believe they showed the first 2 matches on there as well as I think ESPN or ESPN2.
No, but that's what I'm saying though. But if you don't have the unlimited package,
it's like
you're coming up to this PLE. What's going to make you want?
Nothing on this one.
On this one, so
because this is probably one of those matches that'll be free.
Yes, the first 2 are. I don't know. I forgot what the card is.
Really don't want to see this either.
You have this one was ridiculous, and the whole friggin' gingerbread man, and then they have to have a funeral for the gingerbread man. I mean, what the hell are we doing?
It was bad. And where's Carmelo Hayes? What happened there? They just don't like nothing.
I don't understand this. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing with Sammy. And nothing comes to mind as to what are you trying to do with him?
Yeah.
If nothing else, I could see Sammy being like a legitimizer for Trick. Like they want to put somebody out there that could be looked at as somebody that could win the championship, have a nice stellar match, because Sammy could go out there and literally wrestle a broom and put a 5-star match on. So I think that he'll make Trick look pretty good and maybe give Trick a big win.
Yeah, I think that's the way they have to go. I agree with Sammy and everything. He's one of those guys, that he's a really good wrestler, but he's never gotten over with the crowd other than when he was part of the bloodline. Like that was really the only time when he's really gotten over with the crowd. On it, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I think Trick's going to win. I mean, it makes 0 sense to go ahead and pull the belt off.
Yeah.
This, in my opinion, is probably the best match.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that.
I mean, they're 2 incredible wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good at their craft and everything. I think there were some people thought with Kyrie, and Kyrie leaving, that maybe they were gonna, I don't know, try not make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad we're getting it and everything. So Lawkin says Trick, Sammy, Seth, Braun are the 3 free matches on ESPN2.
Really, Seth and Braun is going to be the free? Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I would make somebody pay for that.
Actually, I think that's what the first match of the night was supposed to be. I think Seth and Braun, I believe, if I remember correctly. Wow. Why would you put?
They're both studs, man. I would make somebody pay for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why not? Why are you having the Danhausen match being paid for? That just wow. I give EO the win in here. This one here.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The match I don't care about.
I would also give EO the win just because she's been hotter as of late. You know what I mean? I feel like they've really built her up to, to really have a nice run.
I think they're gonna end up. She wins this and possibly faces Rhea at some point.
Yeah, I think the way, I mean, I don't see this as a one and done match, in my opinion. Again, looking from a wrestling perspective, not a TKO perspective. Looking at a wrestling perspective, knowing how, I mean, look, botches may happen, but even if they're very rare with these young ladies, when you look at them, if you put them in the ring and stuff, with Asuka, being the mentor and stuff like that, you could kind of see, that this is me teaching you a lesson, and Oscar going ahead and winning, and then being able to have a follow-up match where, an EO gets the better of her from that standpoint. So,
Well,
don't get me wrong.
It's at least 3 matches.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if EO won. You know what I'm saying? But you could make a case for, Oscar going ahead, and again, being the mentor, teaching the mentee a lesson.
True.
From that standpoint.
I can understand that.
Yeah, a lot of good places they can go with this storyline.
Yeah.
If they do.
If they kind of sort of try to do it right. But who knows? AI may take them a different way.
Yeah.
Braun and Seth.
I honestly think this is happening too soon.
I'm with you on that.
They could build
a match, or at least like a SummerSlam or one of the big 4.
Build it up bigger than what you have, and have some sort of title on Seth to make it worth it, or on Braun just to make it an even better match. But this was done too quickly. I gotta see that. I don't know. Something tells me they're gonna have Seth take the win on this one, because he's been getting the crap beat out of him every week. Usually when that happens, the face wins.
Especially from the too soon aspect of, if Bronson Reed was still around, then you can see, what I'm saying? Like, I got to get both of them, right? But with him still out, so if you let Seth go ahead and beat up Braun Breaker, then what does he go ahead and does he go after the rest of the division? Does he go after Logan Paul and Austin Creed? Austin Creed. Not Austin Creed. That's Xavier Woods.
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory. You know what I mean?
Right. But you got the, what do you call it? Street Profits after them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying, like, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. It's too soon. But because it's too soon, do you have to let Breaker? Does Breaker have to win?
I don't think so. I think you have to have Seth win this one, because from looking it up, there's a possibility Reed will be back by SummerSlam, which would make it more of an interesting storyline to have a rematch then. So I don't know. I just think Seth is going to win this. Usually, if that person, whoever's getting the crap beat out of them, they go to the main event, that person ends up winning, the one that got the crap beat out of them.
Yeah, I said, I just.
But like I said, way too early for this match to happen.
My prediction being that it is way too early because it hurts Braun more to lose than it hurts Seth.
Right.
But I could totally see Braun just losing it and beating the living hell out of Seth, getting disqualified. He loses, but he's
Not
still
a
strong.
close.
You know what I mean? Like, he still
It's a-
stands tall, and then they live to fight another day type thing.
Yeah, if it's a dirty loss, then yeah, I could see that. Yeah. And I could see that happening.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, it's interesting how they could go, with this.
It's a good point, Don.
Yeah, it's from the movie Liar Liar.
Oh.
I just think, this is another. This is another one of those. When you look at it from a talent perspective, I mean, with no belts, this is a mid-card match,
At best.
right? So, like, what do you do? Like, how are you? Is Seth Rollins a stepping stone for Braun Breaker to move up to Roman Reigns?
Possibly.
There's a possibility.
I mean, he's definitely a legitimate, like, if he beats him clean, that's a big deal.
Right. Yeah.
Because
I
that's
can't
what
see this one being a clean win here.
Because that's what I'm, to me, from a standpoint of, okay, if Seth beats Braun, all right, it's not okay. That's the end of the Vision. Da, 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 woohoo! Vision's done with. I beat Braun Breaker. It's not that simple.
I don't think it would be like that. I think if he beat him, he's going to be like, well, now I want, when Bronson Reed comes back, I want Bronson Reed next. Or he'll want one of the goof boys, as I call them.
But it's just beating him enough.
No, I don't know.
He hits him with a stomp and middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3, and he wins. Okay. You know what I mean? Like that. That's the. Hey,
What's up, Jay?
Jay Thompson, how you doing, buddy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. That's the thing. This is one of those ones where, to your point, it being so early, the only thing that they've built up is a revenge. It's I want to go ahead and kill you because of what I didn't need you. I needed Paul Heyman, and no, you needed me, and blah blah blah. Like, like that's the story. That's the storyline between these
like
two.
you said, it's a revenge, and I think if Seth wins, he gets his revenge. But did you really gain something from it as far as I beat him, but I didn't really beat all of the division? And that's what he wants to do. So I think if he does beat Braun here cleanly, then he moves on to possibly Bronson when Bronson comes back, or they have a rematch. But they're going to have to build that rematch big time because this was just way too short of a storyline to, well, let's just throw him in there because we don't have anything else going on for Backlash.
Right. I think that's the thing that's the thing you're looking at, right? From a storyline perspective. Oh, like you get the storyline up to this point, all right? It's revenge. It's you thought I needed you, but I didn't need you. I needed him. No, you didn't need him. You needed me. And you know what I'm saying? That type of, right? So you have that. But that wasn't Seth. That wasn't when Seth came back. That wasn't his, for lack of using better words. That wasn't his vision. His vision was taking out the vision.
Right.
So is just beating Braun Breaker enough to say I took out the vision?
No, it's not.
You got that right, Jay.
You only took out Braun. That was it. You beat Braun. That's it.
Right.
But I think I lean towards Anthony's saying that Seth wins, but it's not a clean win because Breaker ends up getting DQ'd for something stupid, like a chair or something like that.
Unless
it would help the storyline a little bit.
unless to your guys' point of a DQ, a no contest, whatever you want to call it, Theory and Logan come out to interfere, and from there, then you have the Street Profits come out, and then you have the
Wait a minute.
6-man tag, or as I noticed that WWE used a couple of times, trios match.
Or is this a build up to a Survivor Series match?
Possibly. Would make sense.
Because you have the Street Profits, you have Seth, and whoever is going to go against Braun or Bronson, that's another. So yeah, it could be a build up to that.
Yeah, could definitely.
I think this is going to be an interesting match.
It is.
With that death grip that he has.
The tongue in death grip that you're only supposed to use.
Yeah.
At, certain times and not on your family, Jacob.
And I've been thinking more and more, there is a possibility here. I know it's out on the limb that Jacob wins this match. And then they have a rematch maybe at SummerSlam, build it up to a big match at SummerSlam. I don't know why. The way TKO thinks. We put it on Jacob for what, a month maybe? Maybe 2. I think it's in July now, right? For SummerSlam instead of August. So
if you're building Braun, that'd be a good person for him to go against. It's another big, tough guy. Figure you go through Seth, you go through Roman, maybe you go through like one other person, then boom, you got this other big guy to go through. That'd be a nice little path if that were the case.
I agree, Logan. I don't think he's going to, but it just the way TKO does things, it seems like they're going to end up being like, look.
You missed a couple of zeros, Logan.
You drop it to him at Backlash. Maybe you have a rematch Monday night to get it back, or maybe they're doing this to where
look, you don't know if
joins the family.
Yeah, if some of these things are true, that they are talking to Roman, about his contract status and so on and so forth. Because initially, they said Roman was going ahead and supposed to be at all the June things, right? And Jay said, he supposedly was taken off of all the stuff for June. And people are, wondering, hey, with this whole thing, with, now they were saying they cut 2 members of his family. I don't remember JC Mateo, a.k.a. Jeff Cobb. I don't remember him being part of the Annoy and only fought, family tree there. I don't remember seeing his picture, but Tom Aloa is,
right.
But, I mean, to your point,
if Roman is taking off a month, then I could see him putting the belt on Jacob just for the time being.
I just don't know what I I guess I just yeah. Right. No one has a real chances going on what is going right. I think I don't know. I just look at it from a standpoint of Jacob Fatu. I guess is he a little is he a little too rough to be the face of the franchise? If you put the belt on him, do you view him that way? Is he is he a stepping stone? But a stepping, to me, the only benefit Roman gets from going ahead and losing and then getting it back is he just gets to add, okay, I've been an 8-time champ now. It's like I don't know,
Hot.
Well, feedback. Roman was supposed to have been advertised for. So he might not.
So here's what I get. It says based on early May 2020, Roman Reigns is not expected to appear in WWE television in June 2026. including missing Night of Champions. While initial advertisement raised suspicion, reports indicate he was removed. His removal was largely due to a clerical error and him not being scheduled for Saudi Arabia show, not because of a feud or contract dispute. He's not going to be Night of Champions. But, despite this gap, he doesn't say anything about. Despite this gap, this does not necessarily mean he is on vacation. He has previously indicated plans to be more active during the summer, but will not appear on television during June. So there is a possibility that they do put the belt on Jacob just for June, just so you have a champion there.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a good idea, but
I guess I don't know. I mean, I lean more towards Lochran of saying I don't know how you do what you've done with Roman to have him, lose to Jacob. But the big thing is this, all right, so he does beat Jacob. What does that mean?
yeah, if Roman beats Jacob, okay, you don't see the champion for a month.
Okay, and then, so is how do you take a guy like Jacob, who's had, the werewolf, the lone wolf, he does all by himself. I don't need any boom. What do? Like he loses to Roman and he falls in line with the Usos now?
Yeah,
I mean, it just doesn't seem that would be right. You
Right.
really can't go ahead and do some kind of bloodline versus bloodline as a Survivor Series type thing when you've just gone ahead and let go 2 of the MFTs, right? So that there, you just took those guys out of the picture.
And the thing is, if Roman does win, isn't Night of Champions? Shouldn't all the championship belts be on the line at that point? In that,
Well, Night of Champions, it typically is, but
if he's not going to be there, there's one that's not.
But you're not going to have a Night of Champions. You can't, because Night of Champions would be what, 11 matches? There's like 11 belts. If you were doing a true Night of Champions.
There's a good comment there by Jay. He's asking if the Money in the Bank briefcase has been turned in yet.
I believe so.
That would be a good end to the match. If not, they just beat the living hell out of each other, and then somebody else just comes down and eats the scraps.
Shit, I don't even remember who won.
So 2025 cash in. That was Seth Rollins won the men's Money in the Bank, become Mr. Money in the Bank for the second time in his career. That one doesn't. Here we go. Let's see, SmackDown Hotel. Supposedly Seth Rollins won. Did he turn it in? He had to because he was champion before he left or got injured.
Is that how he turned? Is that how he did it?
Maybe.
Because Naomi won the women and then she cashed in. And we found out that she was
okay. So last year, Seth won it and then cashed it in at SummerSlam against CM Punk. So yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, that's right.
So he won it and then he got injured and had to drop the belt. He got injured.
He got attacked by the guys.
Yeah. So yeah. Seth Rollins had it, cashed it on Punk, won it, and then had to drop it, and then.
So it's already been turned in, Jay.
Yeah,
that's right. Because they were. I mean, I don't remember the who, but I remember them talking about how the winner in 2025 was going to have a longer chance with it because they moved Money in the Bank to later in the year.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'd probably still pick Roman to win this one, although it would mean more for Jacob, especially with being able to bring the belt to Night of Champions. But I don't know. I just don't see Roman losing.
I don't either, but it just sucks when you don't have a champion in June on Monday Night Raw. But since they're all swapping back and forth as it is, I mean, and whatever happened to the CM Punk Cody Rhodes thing? I think just kind of had one thing and that was it. You haven't seen Punk since, really.
I feel like they've been missing a champion for like the last decade, like pretty consistent.
This is true.
Raw, whomever.
And then I heard Randy Orton is actually hurt. His back injury is acting up again. So that's why you haven't seen him at all for a while. There could be a swerve, Jay. I agree. There could be.
I mean, swerve could be.
Swerve
could be the Usos turning on him and joining up with Jacob Fatu for something.
Yeah, Stephanie's been injured too. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's the problem you have. You saw it with Division, right? You know that what the product or what we got from the Vision was not what the original quote unquote Vision was. There was no way that they expected, Seth Rollins to get hurt, and then after him getting hurt, Braun Breaker getting hurt, and then Bronson Reed, getting hurt.
Within a month period, all three of them got injured.
I mean, that's absolutely nuts when you think about it.
Yeah, it really
Something
is.
like that would happen. So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it starts at 6:00. It's 5 matches. I mean, are we over by 9:00?
Oh no, 7. Be over in an hour. Don't worry.
Well, the first 2 matches are going to be on. The first 2. They're going to figure out how to make that last an hour, and they'll have the first hour on ESPN and everything.
But you got to think it's 10-minute walk-ins. The entrances. So there you go. Make sure you walk extra slow down the ramp. We need to extend this to an hour.
I think with the Miz Van Danhausen or whatever, I think they're gonna get goofy with that. So it's gonna take up a lot of time.
I think that's the one. Yeah. I think the first match will probably be them. Then the Seth and Braun one will. I don't know. Seth and Braun, they're gonna make that a quick squash match with Braun winning. It's a possibility.
I see them giving them like a nice little run, maybe as like an opening match, and then cooling it off with the like funny stuff, and then going, "Hey, if you want to see what happens next."
Yeah.
So what they're saying is that the Backlash coverage on the ESPN app will also include Countdown to Backlash from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
2 hours. Yeah, that's the way it was.
2 hours of a countdown show, and the Backlash post event immediately following the premium live event. The final hour of the Countdown to Backlash and the opening hour of Backlash, 6 to 7. So it starts at 4:00 on the app, and you don't have to turn the channel. If you don't have the app, then you can watch from 5 to 6 the final hour of the countdown, and you can watch the opening hour, which is from 6 to 7 on ESPN2. And then after that, you go to the the main stuff on the app only.
I think this just goes to show that they're having a hard time pulling in wrestling fans to that app. So they're using this to say, hey, you get this, the first hour, but if you want to see more, go pay $31, and you'll get the other 3 matches.
Yeah, I don't, I don't know because when you look at what you get for ESPN on ESPN Unlimited, if you're a sports fanatic, not sports entertainment fanatic, but if you're a sports fanatic,
Then it's worth it.
there is so much on there for you to go ahead and watch, especially if you love college. If you love any kind of college sports, it's like all on the ESPN app. So I get all that kind of part. But, the failed thing of thinking that, it just goes to show you it's not working. They're not pulling wrestling fans in because they're having 5 matches and you have to put at the first hour, I don't know, will that be 1 match or 2 matches? Who knows? But you have maybe 1 or 2 matches that, you'll get for free. And then, I think the pure wrestling fans are still scratching their head because even though it's, a ways back, people that are WWE fans, we do remember the network, $9.95 a month, and you can catch that live on the WWE network, $9.95 a month. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people go ahead and remember that kind of stuff, and here we are. I don't know again. I don't know when the last stuff was on the app to when they went to Peacock and everything.
It's been a while.
But the truth is people remember, man, I was paying $10. I was paying $120 for the year. And I was getting everything. And I went to one place to watch my PLEs. I went to one place to go ahead and watch anything in, any pay-per-view or any PLE that I wanted to watch. I went to one thing. I went to the WWE app.
And you think they would want to do that because that would keep all the money to them.
Right.
You're not sharing it with anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, you still have Raw and Netflix, but you could even move that over to your app. Same with SmackDown. You're not paying a television place to have it. The only thing I think you lose out on is, well, you could even put commercials in there. I'm sure. But yeah, it's going to be, you're going to have Seth and Braun and then Trick and Sammy.
I honestly think it's probably too expensive for them to maintain the app. That's probably why they went this route. They probably make more money getting paid to be on the app, like with people licensing their IP rather than trying to do it themselves. Because I'm pretty sure they lost like millions and millions of dollars with the whole WWE on-demand service or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But they could revamp it and get it to work if they really wanted to, I'm sure.
With the money they have now, of course.
Yeah.
But they could have added it to the ESPN.
I mean, honestly, what they should do is just be the combat sport network.
Right.
Anything that's combat sports, you know what I mean? Like
you can get Dana White slap stuff.
Yeah. That I love that stuff, man. Like every time I see it, I just got to see if the dude's going to fall over or not.
It's like if you talk to Dana and say, "Hey, look, this is what we're going to do," he'd probably be all for it.
Probably.
Let's make some money.
Mm-hmm.
But
hey, they took UFC away from ESPN and they're on Paramount. I think it's Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
So UFC was like, yeah, this ain't cutting it. People don't want to pay $30 a month.
Yeah.
So for the first 2 hours, you're going to get Seth and Braun and Trick and Sammy. Ooh.
Especially like when you're dealing with WWE, where it's literally not like what the product you're getting is not worth it. It's like you're buying a blaster box on the secondary market, knowing that you have to basically hit a Jackson Dart refractor to make money in the non-secondary market price. You're basically guaranteed to lose. It's like the same concept, because they're not putting on a good enough show for it to be worth $30. They're honestly not a good enough show for it to be worth the $10 it used to be.
Yeah, not this one. I mean, even Mania was barely worth $30.
And it's hard to think, and it's crazy. You think about it, and even when they had the WWE Network, if you still want, you could have still bought on pay-per-view, and it was still costing you, the $40 or the $50, a show to watch. But at least then you didn't mind because there was good shit. It wasn't
It was watching.
It
And
wasn't
the
5 minutes.
storylines were there. It wasn't
Yeah.
5 minutes. I mean,
It was a 4 or 5 hour show, no matter what and everything. That's why people kill AEW. Nobody watches, but you know what? And people were saying about storylines with AEW and all that kind of crap and stuff. Yeah, but you know what? When AEW puts on their big pay-per-views,
mhm.
those things are 5, 6 hours long, 6, 7 hours long. 13 matches and everything, and action is pretty good and stuff, But again, that's you pay the pay-per-view price. That's so, okay, honey. You start at 3 o'clock and you're ending at midnight. It's 9 hours. It's or you're ending at 11 o'clock. That's a lot.
Here's a question for you, Mike. After Monday night, do you think they send Sol Ruka back down for some more training after that botch again? Because that was a bad one.
It was really bad. And then even after she went ahead and tried it, it was even still way off. Becky was like Becky was nowhere to be found. I don't know. I don't think so. I think she's up and stuff. I just look at it from a standpoint. I think when she doesn't have a botch, you look at her matches and her gymnastics background and all that kind of stuff and everything like that. The athlete is in there and stuff like that.
It is. I agree.
Well, please explain to me how you take someone who is her age, who age is probably the wrong thing, but age as far as experience goes, and you're trying to set something up with her for the IC title already. Like, you could understand why some of these people like Becky and some of these other ones are pissed off about shit.
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden.
I agree, Locke, and she's not.
Yeah, she won't. Like all of a sudden it's like, if you're young, we want you at the top, which makes a lot of sense. But when you look at it from a standpoint of, okay, how long are you how long are you building these characters up to be able to be at that level for a long period of time? Like, eventually, like with Obafemi, when they decide to put a belt on him, like, the dude has to have, if you're continuing this persona that they have, he's got to have the belt for a year easily,
at least.
You can't have him go ahead and win at Mania and then lose at friggin' SummerSlam. I don't, even if it's to Roman, you can't go ahead and do it.
And Roman's really about the only guy besides no, Drew's not there, but that would even come close. There really isn't anybody else.
Yeah.
What are you going to come back?
Pardon me?
I said that's because they bury everybody in the mid card.
Right.
I mean, I think Jacob Fatu might give him a run for his money, but even then, it's a slim pickings.
But you can't. See, the problem you have is it's how you build these guys up in the beginning.
Right. No, I agree.
It's like what WCW did with Goldberg.
Have him on that run where he didn't lose what? Forget how many matches it was.
70-something-0 or whatever the hell the crazy ass thing was, right?
But you have to kind of something similar.
Right, you have to do something a lot of that along the lines. But okay, how are you doing it from a standpoint of, okay, Cody or Roman, which one of you, which belt do you put on him, and what roster are you and what roster are you saying? Hey, basically, look, none of you is a champion for the next year.
I mean, I guess you could technically do either one. I would love to see him just bury Cody. I'm sorry, but I do. I would love to see that. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah. I mean, you put him on, you keep him on Raw. Okay, you let him beat up Cody, and then Punk, you're not getting it. Drew, you're not getting it, and whoever it may be. I mean, oh no, those guys are. Sorry, no, those guys are SmackDown. Okay, hey, guess what? We're putting it on Oba. You know what? Guess what? Hey, Roman, you ain't getting it for a while. Seth, Braun Breaker, nope. Bronson Reed, nope. No. All you guys are gonna do, are you gonna go up against Obafemi, and he's gonna beat you for the next year?
Yep. I don't think they should put it on him until at least next WrestleMania.
You never know.
I mean, that's
Definitely makes sense to do one of the big ones. Put him over.
Or Survivor Series at the end of the year, something like that. But I mean, Monday night, I thought he was going up against Tozawa, and I'm like, this is not going to be good at all.
Yeah, with an open challenge. Yeah, I don't know. I just, I look at it from I look at it from a standpoint of how they've developed these guys after they develop what their initial character, what they've done with Oba. They made him, they made him the Beast Incarnate too. They made him Brock Lesnar too. That's what they did. They bring that, and you look at what they did with Brock. Yeah, you gotta win. 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 You gotta win, and stuff like that. It was easier back then because you weren't on TV as much. But if you're gonna go ahead and do it, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. It'll be. He got his Obafemi open challenge, so that keeps him on TV pretty much every week. Let's see how
he's going to squash everybody.
Right, but let's see how the names begin to unfold.
Yeah. So Friday night looks like it's going to be terrible. You got Tiffany versus Kiana for the women's U.S. champ. Then the 6-woman tag match with Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa versus Fatal Influence. Gunther returns, and the funeral for the Gingerbread Man.
So go back to that Fatal Influence. Did we really see Charlotte Flair? Job for JC Jane?
I think so. I don't want to. I mean, I would hope not, but at the same time, I think with her time in WWE, I think probably isn't too many more years. So they probably
you get into your mid 30s with WWE, and they start looking at you like you're Mae Young.
Yeah,
but it's true. You know what I mean? She's still in great shape, and she could still go. But yeah, I mean, they really start to want to get somebody in their early to mid 20s that they can have for a solid 10-year run.
Yeah.
Because Charlotte, has 14 titles?
Yes.
Something like that.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
I could see her becoming at least getting to that 16 like her dad one day.
I do too. They're going to end up it's going to be like a John Cena thing. Like the year she retires, she'll win it. I tied daddy, so I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. We will see. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
I got a quick question.
Good night, boys.
Uh-oh. We have a quick question.
With you being retired now, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, that's true.
Could we move this show to 8 p.m.? Maybe gain some more people in chat instead of being at 9? Move it up an hour?
We can, probably starting in July.
Okay. I'm just thinking that might give us some more people coming in, being a little bit earlier.
Thanks, Tommy. Yeah, we can. We
Good
can.
night, Tom.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have once we get up to North Carolina. I mean, yeah.
And Anthony, when do we get back?
Soon, hopefully.
Because I'm missing that for some reason. I'm jonesing for some Jap beats, whatever it is that you use.
Yeah. I would say once games are started up, we can definitely start rolling because then we'll have some matchups to do.
We should probably start in the preseason though. We can
Yeah.
start. So we can start talking about the players and talking about what we're seeing.
Isn't that what we did last
we're seeing
year?
out of teams also, huh?
Isn't that what we did last year? Didn't we start in the first week of the preseason?
Yeah, we probably did.
With you there, you guys might have started. And I joined in afterwards at the beginning of the season, but
Dude, you were the dialed in. You were the only one bold enough.
And look at you now.
Still dialed in. Let's do it. I'll take the oddballs. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, hey, enjoy.
Yes.
Enjoy. Hopefully, you get a chance to. Hey, to all you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day.
You know, Mother's Day is coming up, so hopefully, if you get a chance, if your mom is still with you, hopefully you get a chance to go ahead and spend some time with her. I'm actually going to head down to Florida to spend Mother's Day with my mom this year.
That's awesome.
I haven't done that in a little bit, so
Good for you.
You all
Thanks a
stay
lot,
safe.
everybody.
Treat others how you want to be treated, people.
Yep.